So I was chilling on YouTube watching my own video, and I saw this comment. So here for you making transitions, I was going to do all, but you know laziness. Transition is in pop-up with camera.
I already had my clips placed. This part was sped up because I'm just adjusting the clip to the ink. In order to do that, click toggle, then change Metal to Luma inverted. I just added drop shadow here. And exposure with BCC blur lens. Now I added a camera layer, which can be found when you go to Layer then New then Camera. Next add null and turn on 3D and parent the camera to the null later. Here you want to put the ink anywhere of your liking. I prefer using the upper left side because when put together with the zoom in that you do before the clip it looks good. Now I'm creating the zoom pump transition using the null to control the camera layer. Press the buttons P and S to open up the position and scale values that you will manipulate to create the transition. Then click on the diamond to place the original value of scale and position, then go to the end of the null layer and mess with the values until it matches where the ink is. Next, click F9 to easy ease and click on the value graph. Where you can copy my graph. Note, I tested 3 different graphs before coming to this one. This is just some extra things I added, like the zoom in to the clip, warp fisheye plus optics for the zoom out, and a shake on top of the clip.
Here is the second version of this transition, which is doing pop-ups with camera.
This is just like the last transition with placing the clips to correspond with the ink. When placing your ink, make sure the inks are far apart from each other. So I'll just speed this up. Add null and camera like you did last time and repeat the same steps. This time you will be doing a zoom into the first ink, one on the right, to the second ink, one on the left. To be able to do the second ink, add a null on top of your odd null, then parent it to the new null, then make a mid graph. To make this midline change graph from value to speed, I do this because it's much faster than doing value in this case, because if I did value I would have to do a graph for each position value and that is time consuming. To switch, left click and choose speed. Here are just extra things, like shake and zoom outs. So I'll speed up this part. Tehi.
The next transition is in pop-up without camera. This is version
Not to sound like a broken record, but we are doing the same thing we did in the last parts, so I'll just speed this up. Pre-compose. To do that, select all the layers and I think you left click and then click pre-compose. A faster way to do this is to press on your keyboard if Windows Ctrl plus Shift plus Century, if Mac Command plus Shift plus C. Then, add motion tile to your clip and change your tile widths to about 500. Do a zoom in, then zoom out the transition, where you click the time watch on S, go to the beginning of the time frame, and change your value to 1000. Next, go to the middle of the clip and change that value to 100. Then go to the end of the clip and change that value to 0. Then, make your graph like mine. Some extra things.
Finally, we have our last transition!
As you can see, I already skipped the whole ink thing. Now I'm just placing the ink pop-ups where I want them to be. Also, I added this rainfall overlay with tint effect, to make it seem more emotional in a sense. But for this, after you place the ink pre-comp, then you do a zoom in, then you create a fake zoom pump, that will eventually lead into a zoom out. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoy the video. If you have more questions or requests, you can comment down below or direct message me on Instagram at how.mp4 or how.mp4.